In today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can win a team over, one of the qualities you need. Once again, my attention has been grabbed by one of the questions that have just come in. It was an email this time, and it was from Charlie. He asked, my last two teams are giving my teammates preferential treatment. I have proven that I'm as fast as them, but it still happens. Is this something I'm doing wrong? I also would be thinking, what is it I'm doing wrong? But there's a slight potential chance, Charlie, that when you go into this team, they've already got a relationship with your teammates already, and that's why they're a bit closer to them. But to give you something practical to talk about here, because it is a thing, right? I see a lot of drivers, and when you get to a certain level, and actually even if it's not a very high level, you see that the lap times are all close. Drivers are pretty much within, half a second, pretty much. The ones that are going to make it are within half a second, maybe in 2 or 3 tenths of each other. So there's very little to choose from them when you look at them on track. In fact, at some shootouts, I've seen some scholarships, you've got drivers that are quicker on track, but because the scholarship organizers, or the person choosing the judges, they don't quite like the attitude of that driver, they don't think that they deserve a shot, they'll probably choose the driver that's second or third fastest, but has got the right character, the right approach, the right work ethic. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to explain what you need to have to attract a team, to get them onto your side. But it's very common that you'll see a quick driver and they won't go as far as they should in the career. And it's all down to their personality and their approach to the sport. So I can't help, and I'm not saying this is your challenge, Charlie, but it's something to look at. Everybody out there, it's something to look at, because as a driver, going pro or remaining pro, you need to be a leader. And I don't mean just on circuit. I mean a leader of people. You need to be able to influence them, get people on your side, because once again, it's only people that are going to say yes or no to your career opportunities. It's people that are going to choose you. So if they like what you do, I'm not going to say like you, but they like what you do and how you approach a sport, and they know that you deserve a shot, you're much more likely to succeed in this sport. In fact, even to the extent that other drivers will help you. Sounds mad, right? But if you've got a good character, you're a good team player and all these things, it's amazing how other drivers will open opportunities for you. In the endurance world, I'm talking about here, you often get drivers being asked, is there any other driver that we could get to sit next to you? Because we're after a good one that fits in the team well, that won't upset the apple cart, that will be a team player and is fast. And if you kind of fit that mold, very often a driver will be the one that recommends you, someone you get on with. So I'm not saying get on with all the drivers, but it's amazing how your personality can take you so far in this sport, even if you're not the quickest. So that's really what I want to get at. I want to talk about the main things that I look for, really. I looked for as a talent scout, what management look for when they're looking for a good driver who could go somewhere, manufacturers, junior programs, and teams. As we're talking about here, this is what they're looking for when they see a driver and the kind of driver they want to help. Here's a mini list. First of all, they want speed. Of course, that goes without saying. They want a driver with strong work ethic. They want a driver who can take criticism. And when I say that, I mean, they're going to tell you how to improve your driving. They're going to say, I don't think that move was on. You were way too brave going in there and you caused a DNF, blah, blah, blah. They're going to throw criticism at you, right? They need to see that you take it on and you learn from it, rather than fighting it, being defensive all the time. It's always someone else's fault. That never goes down well with a team. They also want a driver who creates a positive feeling in the team. So someone who comes into the debrief room and it's not bringing the mood down. They're not always moody. You've got to have someone who's got some energy about them. Also vital. They want a driver with good emotional control, someone who doesn't complain and bitch about others all the time, because if you're bitching about others, the team are going to think that one day you're going to bitch about them. They want a driver who doesn't blame machinery all the time, and a driver who actually pays their bills on time. You'd be surprised how this winds teams up. If you're late paying bills, it's kind of like saying, I'm not going to pay you one day, or I don't really value what you're bringing to me, so I'm going to pay you late. It makes someone feel less and less motivated to help you if you're not paying on time. It's really important. So I want you to have a look at this list again. I'll put it up and just take a look at any of these things that you could be tripping up on. And as with everything I teach, I want you to be really self-aware. I want you to go through all these items, actually, even ask people around you and ask them, how good am I in these areas? Am I tripping up? Am I causing these relationships to not be as strong as they should be? Because these kind of things, they set your reputation in the paddock. When people are thinking about approaching you, professional organizations are thinking about approaching you, they'll ask others about you first and kind of get the lowdown on what you're all about. And it will be, what's your character? What's your work ethic? Are they committed? Are they a good person to have in the team? And if you are ticking all these boxes and you're performing on track, they're going to be lining up to want you to join them. It's really important. Your approach has to be looked upon as one of the most important aspects if you want to really go somewhere in racing. So Charlie, take a look. Take a look through that list again. Score yourself out of 10. Get your parents or your manager or your coach to score you out of 10 as well. And say, right, this is definitely something we can work on. I can see you're not gelling with the team boss. You're kind of a bit shy. Maybe you're not confident enough to talk to them. So you're not building up that bond. You have to drive people if you want to drive your career forward. Remember that.